This first video is going to be a simple reminder of just how evil people can be.
Between 1924 and 1950, Georgia Tann kidnapped more than 5,000 newborn infants and then sold them to the ultra-wealthy on a nationwide black market child trafficking network. More than 500 of those infants would die before being sold due to abuse, neglect, disease, and malnutrition. Some of the babies were ripped from their mother's arms right off the streets in broad daylight. They were kidnapped from churches and daycare centers where they may have been playing. In most cases, the infants were taken directly from hospitals after doctors handed newborns over to people they thought were nurses, but they were actually criminals disguised as nurses, all part of a massive black market that sold babies. High-ranking politicians ensured Georgia Tann was protected so that she could continue selling infants to the highest bidder. And as unbelievable as all of this sounds, it is 100% true. Check this shit out.
Tann pulled off her brazen scheme through operating the Tennessee Children's Home Society, a society which, on the surface, was doing the Lord's work, finding homes for orphaned children. In reality, it worked as a cover for Tann to funnel children into her care, only for her to turn around and sell them on the black market for extreme profit. In the nearly 30 years Tann and the society were in operation, she managed to kidnap and sell an estimated 5,000 babies. These weren't orphaned children placed under her care. They were stolen right from under their parents' noses. How? How could anyone get away with kidnapping and selling children for nearly 30 years right here in America? She did it with help from friends in high places. She took children who came from poor families, for the simple reason that poor families at the time didn't have the necessary resources to search for one of their children should they go missing. If families did file a report, Georgia Tann would have it handled by her close friend E.H. Crump, a powerful tycoon and the so-called boss of Memphis. Crump would make sure the reports of missing children were ignored. She also had an elaborate system for taking newborn babies from hospitals and mental wards, bribing doctors and nurses to help protect the children, and then tell their unsuspecting parents that their baby was stillborn. Tann would take off with the baby, with the child's parents believing their newborn to be deceased. She even had a system for snatching children right off the street. She took children from churches or daycare centers while they played with their friends. They'd end up in the arms of a uniformed social worker under Tann's employ, and they'd never be seen by their birth parents again. Once the children were under her care, and their parents were none the wiser, Tann would wipe their identities and sell them to couples looking to adopt, leaving them completely in the dark about where the child came from by falsifying or destroying their documents.
This is so crazy to think about because, oh my God, like, you think about the adoption agencies now and how they are almost struggling to find these children homes. But back then, that wasn't the case. Back then, they didn't have enough children in the adoption agency for parents to want to buy. Or maybe, and it sounds so horrible to say parents or people buying children. Or maybe, just maybe, they did. Or maybe they did have enough kids looking to be adopted. But the ones that, or maybe they did have enough kids in these adoption agencies, but the thing was, the parents or the would-be parents was looking for something more specific, maybe all newborn babies, or maybe certain looks to boys and girls, and who knows what else these children were being sold for.
Tann pocketed millions of dollars selling children to out-of-state couples, charging a $5,000 premium on out-of-state adoptions. Almost 90% of her sales, which in this context, sales is a truly disgusting word, went to wealthy couples in New York and Los Angeles who could afford the steep pricing of Tann's services, including actress Joan Crawford, who adopted her twin daughters from Tann. It should be noted.
Oh my God. If Joan Crawford adopted her twin daughters from Tann, then more than likely those two little girls were the subject of a kidnapping, right? Do they know about this today? Whew.
That none of the adoptive parents had any chance to suspect what they were doing was wrong. On its face, Tann's operation was a legitimate adoption agency. Of course, simply adopting a baby and then never having questions about where that child came from isn't possible. But if the adoptive parents ever questioned Tann about issues that arose, things like missing birth certificates or clearly falsified medical histories, Tann had an answer. If the new parents ever had any suspicion that anything fishy was going on, Tan would threaten them with legal action through one of her major accomplices, Family Court Judge Camille Kelly. Judge Kelly used her position of power to sanction Tan's activities and threaten the adoptive parents with taking away their adoptive children if they continued to make a fuss or ask questions. They would also be threatened with being roped into whatever legal ramifications Tan may or may not have faced. I mean, they did use her services, so technically they were involved in an illegal enterprise themselves. And here was a judge telling them they were complicit. Needless to say, this blackmail coming from the US judicial system itself made a lot of folks go quiet.
That's crazy to think that these people's lives and families were ruined just to appease the lives of people that had money, people that would be families, would be parents. That's disgusting.
Scary facts you never knew. You may think this is a picture of a brother and sister at first glance, but this is actually Lena Medina, who is that boy's mother. She gave birth to him when she was only 5 years old, making her the youngest mother ever. In 1975, within only 15 minutes, Brenda Spencer injured 8 kids and a police officer. She then unalived the custodian and the principal at her school. When asked why she did it, she replied, "I hate Mondays."
Wait, what? How did these grown men allow this girl to do this to them? What did she use? Did she use a gun? If you hate Mondays that much, why you go to school? Why'd you go to school? Mental health. She got issues. That's all that is.
We all do, but dang. TikTok has a secret emoji. Type rage just like this with the bars around it on your keyboard to see what the set of the 12. And he wife when she was Charlie Chaplin met his wife when she was 12. And he was 31 on the set of their movie called The Kid. This was in the 1920s and they got married and had a baby when she was 16. When you get burned by electricity, it actually leaves marks shaped like lightning on your skin. Now you can check if your phone activity is being monitored. Just click on share, slide to the very end and click more. And if any unknown app appears before your contacts, you should delete it immediately. During medieval times, some women would shove live fish up their kitty and wait until the fish had died. They would then take it out, cook it, and serve it to their husbands. This was because they believed that this would increase their husband's love for them. If you like and follow me, you get smarter every day.
How you gonna take an area of the body that already has the potential to smell like fish and make it smell like fish?
Nah, because what the is this?
This fell out of my burger. Thought it was mail until I seen it moving. What is this?
Ew! I'm never eating burgers again.
Take a look at this news reporter caught shapeshifting on camera.
We talk about the mother's arrest, but the mother said that her 16-year-old daughter, the victim in this case, was also arrested here back on September 18th. Now keep in mind, this is...
No, like seriously, looking at his face, something doesn't seem right about it. The way his eyes look around as he talks and the way his head moves, and something just seems off about this dude.
This is a family story, their account of what they see happen here on campus.
Yo, what's going on?
This month.
What's going on with his face?
Unfortunately, we weren't able to reach the school
He knows, he feels it.
for comment.
Oh, he just, what?
Bro, he clearly started turning into a lizard, and then the cameraman saw and shifted the angle.
Not just that, not just the cameraman shifted the angle, but he removed himself from the scene. Look at this. It's like he felt it, or maybe he saw his reflection, and he's like, oh, I gotta hide. What was that? He was still talking, and he just moved. Nah. Shapeshifter.
Flashes on. All right, let's take a look.
What's going on here? The heck? You see that? Oh! What the heck? There's something behind her. Y'all see that? It's right there. Y'all see that? She saw it too. And it's gone. The other girls are completely unfazed. They over there drunk and happy and don't care nothing about what she's saying. Didn't even hear her because the music was too loud. Oh, this is about to be messed up. Woo, she's scared. She is scared. Look, this kind of explains some stuff that we be seeing in some of these paranormal videos too. I never even thought of that. You could take one of these little Asian pale-faced girls, put their face on a cardboard or print it out and stick a little dang on stick behind it and then poke it around the corner and scare some folks. Look, that explains a lot now.
I have the worst view from my bed.
What you talking about? Where's it? Oh snap! I see somebody in the freaking mirror. He just got up. Where'd he go? I can't believe I let that scare me. The cap is real. What did they come across? It says, what the heck? What is that? Yo, what the heck? It almost looked like an ostrich or something laying on the side. I don't know.
Creepiest things scientists have ever found on Google Earth. Scientists have found something scary on Google Images.
Well, during the initial investigation, the agent who was studying the swarm noticed something out in the water.
Okay, kind of a speck.
Yeah, well, at this resolution, it's a speck. When they zoomed in, though, they got this.
It's a little fuzzy, but I'd say that's a shark.
And not just any shark. If you look at this other satellite photo I brought, it was taken at the same resolution of a school bus yard in nearby Sao Paulo. Now, those are 40-foot buses, and when you compare them next to the first photo, I'd say that's a 70-foot shark.
All right, let's ask the obvious first question here. Do you really think that this is the same animal that was spotted 2 months earlier on the other side of the ocean at Cape Verde?
Look, that's a 3,000-mile trip, and you know, it sounds like a lot, but great whites have been tracked going 1,500 miles in a month. So for Megalodon, that would be nothing.
Megalodon?
Also, sharks are known to revisit old haunts. Great whites, for instance, have been tagged leaving the east coast of the U.S., going on a random winding trip through the North Atlantic, and then returning a year later, almost to the day, to the same spot that they were tagged. So similar behavior from Megalodon makes complete sense.
If, indeed, this is Megalodon.
Megalodon? Could y'all imagine a 70-foot long shark? I don't think their math was mathing, because the image of the buses and that image, the distance that was taken from them pictures, that it didn't seem normal. It didn't seem right. I call cap. That was not a good way to measure. Nah, I don't think they did that right.
I'm wondering how much food is really being hidden from y'all, huh? Y'all wondering how much food is really being hidden, huh? I know it. Underground, though. I'm underground, though.
So my guy here is a trucker, and he delivers food. And right now he's delivering food underground. I've seen other videos from other truckers like this. They're storing a bunch of food underground. Or they're storing this stuff underground because this is the stuff that's going to wind up in grocery stores across America? Or are they storing this stuff underground because they're preparing for something? And all the rich folks, all the elites, they know what's coming. So they trying to make sure that they're good to go for whatever's about to go down.
Like, this a big hole right here. Oh, this they little pond. This they little pond over here. This they little pond over here. Okay.
That's water. What they doing with this water?
Some ancient going over there, right? They water pump. That's what that underwater water look like. I bet there's something living in there.
He said, I bet there's something living in there.
A little gold spot right there. Look. Look like gold right there, though.
Yo, Springfield Underground? All right, Simpsons, what y'all doing?
And tell us your...
$10. What's ill? Like it got bugs coming out of it. Oh wait, bug brownie on a stick. Oh heck no! I had to catch it. It was right there. It was about to come out. Who would eat such a thing? If I found a bug in the container with my brownie, I'm throwing the brownie away. Y'all deliberately putting freaking bugs on brownie. Look at that big old cockroach. It's still alive. Look at this one down here with the little tenders coming out. You gonna crunch? No. I want a brownie so bad right now, but not one with bugs. This is crazy. Oh, heck no. There's 2 cockroaches in. Or 3. Is that another one? Or is that? It was even bigger. Why ruin this brownie like that? And then the roach is eating the brownie. I don't pay to get my brownie ate. I pay to eat it. When I tell you I'm going to get a vegan brownie after this, look, no roaches in sight, I hope. Ew. I know darn well this food didn't bite. And he bit it with the roach still on it. Nasty. Alright, now mess around and catch something from one of them bugs that you can never get rid of. This is why folks be getting sick and don't even know why. That's the devil. Oh, they saying that that's the Peru face pillar. That's what the alien looked like that was pilling faces in Peru.
This security footage captured the homeowner's dog looking suspiciously out over their yard. The dog begins to bark as something spooks him. Suddenly, a strange set of disembodied legs runs across the background.
Oh!
The dog appears to be surprised by the sighting and heads inside. Looking more closely, the legs appear small and run at speed.
That thing was missing a torso. What in the UFO? That's crazy. And dope at the same time, not gonna lie, that's kinda cool. Look at that. Yo. Which one of these clips disturbed you the most? I'm gonna have to go with the first one. Georgia Tran, whatever her name was, that crazy lady. Anyway, leave your thoughts, comments, and opinions down below, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. See ya.